Hello everybody, Luke back once again, this time to take a look at T-Mobile's new privacy tracking policy and how you can opt out of T-Mobile and others tracking what you do. T-Mobile late last month changed the privacy settings, allowing them to go track what you do online. Now you're probably familiar with this. You see cookies and other methods that are used to track what you search for and then offer you services, ads, and more based on your behavior. If you go look for baby names, you're suddenly seeing ads on baby clothing and baby cribs and the like. You look for exercise equipment and all your ads suddenly become about exercise equipment. Well, in recent years, it's become increasingly more difficult to do that now, especially with Apple pushing hard against tracking and even Google cracking down on some methods that track people's behavior. Now ISPs are starting to track your options, and I'm going to break down what you can do to opt out of this so you don't get targeted ads. Now advertisers will argue that, hey, these ads are good. Why would you want to see ads that are not related to what you do? You want to see ads that kind of meet what you want and what you need with your interests out there. So we're going to take a look at that and let you know more. First though, if you're new here, do me a big favor, hit the subscribe button, hit the thumbs up. We would really appreciate it as we grow this channel, because when you subscribe and you hit that thumbs up or do one of them, it lets YouTube know you enjoy what we do here. All right, so T-Mobile is going to start tracking based on your usage. Now there's ways around this. You can use a VPN and other things to kind of hide your data from your internet service provider, but there's a lot easier ways to do it because they actually allow you to opt out of user data, advertising, and analytics. Now this goes for T-Mobile, Sprint, and Metro by T-Mobile, and you can even request. You can say, hey, T-Mobile, I would like to know what kind of data you have on me. It's actually kind of hard to decipher if you do request it. There's a lot of just, well, it looks like junk, but it's personal identification numbers and more. But they actually do allow you to opt out. So let's say we're a T-Mobile customer. This is pretty similar on all of them. And one of the things you do have to do though is you do have to log into your T-Mobile, Sprint, or Metro account, and then you can tell them to do not sell your personal information. I'm going to put a link to this down in the show notes if you want to find that, but you can do it here. Though there's a few other websites, and they do list them here where you can go in there and you can see what they're tracking you. And it looks like this a lot. So here's a work computer I have, and you can see it is tracking all these different things out there are tracking what I'm doing. And I can, just by clicking on this, opt out of all of these different services, and then it won't be able to track my ads right there. And you have to do it for each device though. If you do it on one device, on your phone for example, it doesn't mean your computer is going to be stopped to be tracked. So keep that out. This is networkadvertising.org's optout.networkadvertising.org to track that too. So you do have to do this a few places if you really don't want to be tracked online. Let's be honest, it's increasingly difficult. Even using VPNs does not mean you're going to be completely protected from being tracked from different methods out there, because there's all kinds of different ways they do it. But you can go, and I'll put links to this for T-Mobile's. Don't sell my information. Don't sell my browsing history based on you being able to tell what I've been searching for and doing as my ISP. You can also go into websites like networkadvertising.org and opt out to all the individual networks and more on it. So keep that in mind. Now the downside of that is you may see some wacky, weird ads that don't really seem to correlate with your interest. And I have found that, even when I opt out, it seems like over time they once again seem to find ways to track what I do. So keep that in mind. I'll put a couple links down in the show notes down below, and I'll try to pin that in the first comment so you can see different ways to opt out of the tracking of what you do and what you browse, so you're not going to be served T-Mobile ads when you look at T-Mobile's website, for example. So keep that in mind. Now, if this video helped you, if you learned something new, give me a thumbs up. I would really appreciate it. If you have a couple other tips on how not to be tracked, leave us a comment. I'd love to hear from you. And as always, if you're new here, hit that subscribe button. It really does help us because it lets YouTube know you enjoy what we do here. Thank you for your support. I really appreciate it. We'll be back with another video real soon.